people will love you. Look at that little guy. But you gotta turn around. Yeah, there you go. Say hi. Say hi to chat. Yeah, he's a little goober. Hey guys, welcome back to another video today. Today we're gonna be sort of seeing what this smaller YouTuber, Brad Sams, has to say about Steam games coming to Xbox. I'm a little late to this. I know it's been like a week since this has been announced, or a little less, or a bit more at this point whenever I upload this. But I'm a independent person, so I work and upload when I can. So I'll always be a little late to the trends. But hey, let's see what this gentleman has to say about Steam games coming to Xbox. I'm surprised I haven't gotten any ads so far.
Xbox just shared the June update, and I gotta tell you, there's even more packed in this.
Heck yeah. I'm very excited. First of all, with the whole Xbox analog, whatever the heck it's called, I really hope there'll be a docked mode so I can just plug it into my TV and then just play games through my TV on a docked mode. If it has a docked mode, that would be so mint. I would absolutely love that.
It has been a pretty wild month in the world of Xbox because we
Ain't
had
that the truth?
Xbox and AMD partnership announcement where they said multiple stores, multiple pieces of hardware, multiple chipsets, and AMD came back and said, "Yeah, that's all accurate. We're building a lot of cool stuff and a lot of different
Definitely give
pieces
this
of
guy a
hardware that are
subscribe,
gonna
guys.
Be part of the next generation of Xbox experiences." And then today, Xbox came out and said, "Hey, we have a June update and it's packed with things." And so if you jumped into your time machine just a few weeks, maybe it's a little longer than.
Also, I don't know if you'll talk about it in this video, but they also announced an Oculus Xbox version. It's still the same old Oculus 3, but just Xbox themed. So I think that's also really cool for people who might not have Oculus yet. If you have an Oculus 3, I just don't recommend you wasting money on a whole new system. That's the exact same, unless there's more to it that I'm unaware of. But I'm pretty sure it's just the exact same console with an Xbox controller that's like a limited edition to that console, and then like 3 months Game Pass and stuff.
Than that, you may have remembered this image where there was a Steam button on the Xbox app. I won't want to say dashboard, but this is definitely the Xbox app. And then Microsoft kind of quietly pulled that and said, no, just pay no attention to the Steam library behind the curtain or whatever the meme is. However,
dude, I am so stoked to get Steam games on consoles. Like, I love my PC. I love being able to game on it, but I'm just on another level of lazy when it comes to gaming. Like I'm a hard worker, but when it comes to gaming, I just want to be lazy, and I'm just too lazy to turn my PC on and go through the whole system, go to Steam, and figure out what game I want to play and stuff. It's just so much easier to go console. Oh, and also on PC, I can't really sit on the couch and relax. I have to sit on a chair. But when I'm gaming on my console, I could just sit down on the couch and chillax, just vibe away.
let's dive into the update this month because there's a lot to talk about, including these third-party stores that are coming to the Xbox app. So first up here, the Copilot gaming companion. Xbox has talked about this bringing more AI. Now this is a what they would call a second screen experience where you've got to have your phone right next to your noggin and say, "Hey, how do I do something or whatever in Doom or Indiana Jones?" And then it will try to help walk you through that. Remember all those? Oh man, I miss those things. Those you buy the magazine, the tutorials, and you have to flip through them. Long gone are those.
I could see that being interesting, but at the same time, unless it's really, really good and tells you exactly everything, I don't see why people wouldn't just search up on Google or something on how to do what they're trying to do. But I feel like this would also be if it's done right, it should be good.
Those days, you don't even have to Google search anymore, or at least according to Microsoft saying that it should work pretty well along those same lines. However,
My question is, will it just be using bit sites from like Google and stuff and implementing it into the app, or is it going to be like its complete own thing?
The big news of this June update is this aggregated gaming library. Now, currently, and I say currently, and I think you know where this is going, Xbox insiders can preview the new aggregated gaming library in the Xbox PC app for Windows and handheld devices. This
Hold on. Does that mean I could try this? New layout?
holiday, the feature will be available on the ROG Xbox Ally and Ally X with the aggregated, I almost said aggravated.
Oh, also, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna put an F in front of this. The Frog? Because then I'm not gonna flex or anything, but mine's gonna be called the Frog. And then I might even go one extra. I might put down Leap in front of that, and I'll have a Leapfrog.
Aggregated gaming library, players can conveniently launch games from Xbox Game Pass, Battle.net, and other leading PC storefronts from a single library within the Xbox PC app. Whether you're on PC, a Windows PC, or a handheld device, your Xbox library and blah, 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 and all these titles can all be launched from the same thing. Now, obviously, they don't mention Steam there, probably for various reasons, but they also don't mention the Epic Game Store. So, there are other things left out.
Oh my gosh. I just thought, what if this is like the biggest like advertising thing where they're gonna make us think that Steam and Epic Games and all that jazz is gonna be on there, and then they it just doesn't pop up. It's just Xbox games. Oh, that'd be rough.
Out there. And what this is doing, as exactly as the name suggests, it's aggregating your game library. Now, this is only for the Xbox app, but like if you put together
I'm also very curious to know what the price is gonna be. I can't imagine it's gonna be cheap. Oh, I'm sure it's gonna be hecka expensive.
literally everything that Xbox has been telling us, hey, the next PC or next Xbox is probably going to be more PC like. And like then Microsoft comes out and says, "Hey, the Xbox app will now let you aggregate third-party titles." Or
I think what they need to do is obviously have the layout like this on the new console. Like I'm talking about their next console right now. Sort of do what they're doing here. Have it where you can just play all your Xbox games, and then there'd be like a spot for all your Steam games and all that jazz. But I think they should also implement another little tab where it just says Windows, and then you can go into like a Windows mode, and you can just do like normal computer stuff, obviously to a degree, and then you could just go back through a little icon that you just go back into like the Xbox mode or hardcore gaming mode, whatever it would be considered, you know?
third party launcher titles within your own Xbox app. And like the whole narrative is just kind of painting itself right in front of us. It's not hard to imagine that the next generation Xbox console, whatever it may or may not look like, but we believe it'll be running more Windows like experience with something kind of like what you see here from the ROG Ally X, but maybe a little bit more embedded, if you will. How
Also, if this system here ends up having a docked mode and I'm just able to play uh, all the Xbox games I want to play through this alone, uh, I might not even bother getting a new console because I do want to get this. I think this would be a blast to have and be able to play Xbox games on the go and all that jazz. So if this is powerful enough to run everything I want, I might not even get the new Xbox. If obviously this can also be docked, and I can just play it on my computer or not computer, my TV.
However, it sounds like you're going to be able to run those Steam games potentially from that experience. Now, Microsoft, until they officially announce all this, it is still just sort of speculation. But like all the bits and pieces are now there, right? We have Xbox AMD, we have everything that they're talking about, and then they just come out and say, "Oh yeah, the Xbox app now aggregates all that stuff." Now, there's a lot to take away from this because just because it shows it doesn't mean it's like fully integrated, if that makes sense. The worst case scenario is like, oh gosh, you could launch your Steam title, then it opens Steam, and then it opens the EA. Like, you could go down a lot of rabbit holes of launchers launching. But this is like the first step in like bringing that stuff in house. Now,
Yeah, I could see that being a little bit annoying. Obviously, like what he said, you'd turn on your Xbox, you'd have to go to Steam, and then uh, just end up being page on page. I feel like it's a it's a work in progress, but I think it would be a smart idea is if they had like a library tab, and then it would have a category where it would just have all the games you have, or you could be like where it says all games. Yeah, it would just be all your games, and you could click on that, and it'd be like just Steam games, just Epic games, just Xbox games, and then be like your last played A to Z, memory wise, and all that jazz. I think that'd be also nice instead of potentially having everything separate.
They obviously don't mention Steam, and there's the internet obviously did what the internet said and said like they can't go off there because there's Sony PlayStation games on there and they don't want that. No, like I think you're way overreading that. I mean, this is just surfacing up information that's already within the file system that is on Windows itself. So it's
I don't think Nintendo, or not Nintendo. I don't think a PlayStation could really do much because they're allowing it on a PC, and this is a form of a PC to a degree. No, so I don't think as long as it stays on the Steam port, I feel like it should be fine. I don't think that PlayStation could do anything, but we'll see.
super easy to do, and Xbox is by far not the first company to do this. But it's just more of it's like you got to understand this is Xbox. This isn't some random third party company just saying, "Look, we built a launcher." This is Xbox. This is Windows. This is Microsoft saying, "Look, we're going to bring the Steam titles right into the Xbox app, allow you to launch them from within the Xbox experience." And it's Microsoft putting another little planted flag, if you will, on how they continue to try to craft their own sort of next generation gaming narrative. Again,
With how Xbox is going so far, I feel like they're gonna be on top on the next generation of consoles. I don't think their consoles will sell as much in the fact that I'm saying like if okay, so if they have the console they have now and they implement a system like this where they have like a Steam app, even if it's less optimized, I don't think crazy amount of people will buy the new console. But if the new console only had, it's not for the old console anymore. Only the new console has the new UI and all that jazz, and the Steam and Epic Games and all that jazz. I think a big, massive leap like that, it would sell a lot more. Because I know with my brother, he had the old console at the time, just like the Xbox One. I think that's what it's called. Their names are so confusing. And then he upgraded to the current one, Xbox Series X, and he noticed the UI was the exact same. He was sort of expecting like a whole new experience kind of thing. So I feel like if they're gonna release a new console, they need to have like a complete separate UI from the old console to the new console. If they want to sell it, also with the new UI, obviously implementing the Steam and all this jazz. But yeah, but if they do have Steam and Epic Games and all that jazz on the new Xbox console, um, I think it'll sell really good, and it'd probably put PlayStation in a bit of a sticky situation. Unless, of course, PlayStation is hiding things, and they're also going to be having Steam. If that's the case, hey, that's a win-win for everybody.
it's just one small piece of the next gen puzzle, I believe. So, also announced and coming are is a publisher channel here, and so that's not that big of a deal. You probably
Ooh. Oh, interesting. Interesting.
have seen this again, probably on that little platform called Steam, where if you like a particular publisher, then you can go browse all their titles much easier. Also, publishers love this because then they can promote all their titles within right a same cohesive UI, and they can also buy advertising
If the UI is looking like this, it looks good in my opinion.
space to push people to their publisher page and all that sort of thing. It's a known thing in the industry, nothing too crazy there, but again, just things to pay attention to. Now, next up here is the most recently used customization section. Recently played games and apps and list on the home. I'm not going to read all that. But anyways, you're getting more customization. It'll be in the games and apps section of the setting.
I don't think you can go wrong with more customization. I feel like if they want to get extreme with customization, have like a basic mode for people who are a bit on the more normie side, and then have a more extreme version for people who just go out and beyond on customization.
Allowing you to further control. Also, everybody has I've seen it had several friends I play with. You know the little game hub thing that comes up I don't think that's going to go over super well, and hopefully it gets turned off by default here. But anyways, in the settings in Games App Era, you can also turn that off if you don't like that. And I'm personally one of those people who do not like it because it's just another button press to get to my game. Now, somebody will say, but Brad, all you gotta do is just double tap A, and it's like, that's not the point. Like, you're moving the cheese around. Stop moving my cheese around, and life will be good. Also, this is
Stop moving this man to cheese. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's one thing I haven't done really is do like cloud gaming yet.
actually pretty important as well. The Xbox Cloud Gaming save improvements, now it's going to actually show you how and where it's saving and also the device, because people have complaints like, hey, my save didn't upload from my device or whatever else, and I don't know what's going on. And so this gives you
that's really nice.
clues about where the failure in the chain of events actually occurred and how you can see things. And so if you play
like I said, I haven't done this cloud gaming thing, so I have no idea how bad it was before, but
Xbox
improvement is improvement,
cloud,
I'd
you're
say.
not seeing your saves and you're trying to hunt down like what device doesn't have great connectivity or something along those lines and not doing the proper saves. Now you will have more once this June update rolls out. But I'm still quite a lot.
This June update. We're in June right now. We're almost at the end of June.
Into this whole idea of these third-party game stores. Remember, even Sarah Bond said it during her thing this month. He's like, we're talking about multiple stores, so
Yeah, okay, one thing. Okay, they're going to bring up storage. I didn't really think of that. We definitely are going to need to be able to increase our storage, especially on this bad boy. And as well, storage needs to become cheaper with those SSDs. They're way too expensive right now.
Xbox, like the real big deal that a lot of people also point out is like, hey, if they start promoting Xbox content or games on the Steam store, they lose that 30% cut. That is very true. I think Microsoft's big agenda here is just to get people to open the Xbox app. Why do they?
Yeah, Xbox probably doesn't even care about that 30%. All they really need to do is get people on the Xbox platform. And yeah, 30%. Let's figure this out real quick. Calculator. So let's say we're doing this Canadian wise. So let's say it's after taxes, everything. Let's just say it's okay. It'd be $30. So if they lose 30%, that'd be $30 gone from them. But Game Pass, Canadian wise, if you go for the Ultra one, it's like $25 a month. So if they can get you at least 2 months on Game Pass, they're making their money back.
They want people to open the Xbox app because it's like, oh, then we can show them ads. We can try to get them into Game Pass, and then they're trying to
there it is.
These things all in house. Microsoft is in a particular precarious place because they can't fight the battle that is Steam, right? They can't just come out and say like, we're gonna beat Steam. Like they kind of tried that at one point with the Windows Store, and it just didn't work. And so they have a couple options, like they can just ignore that it exists, or they know that their people are playing Steam games on the PC. So why not build an experience?
That's really smart for Xbox. If you can't beat the competition, get them on you, like your platform, and have people at least see your own platform as well.
Try to get them in house inside their own.
No, this is big for Xbox.
Try to get them into Game Pass because then you could advertise out, hey, look what's going on. Because if you're using their app and it's pulling in those titles, they can begin to kind of. It would not surprise me. I do not know this definitively, also because I don't have the app installed that has this functionality. You'd have to imagine that they're kind of scraping the data and seeing like what games you're there, and then they can try to promote Game Pass related to that type of user at the end of the.
That'd be interesting, yeah. If they can implement somehow where they see what Steam games you have, and then obviously advertise them through the Xbox store. You know, that could be interesting.
Because again, if it's in Game Pass, it might be a better value for you to sign up for that than downloading and paying for a game. Or they can try to push the right types of games in your direction to get you, again, to sign up. Microsoft has decided not to fight itself upstream, and I think that's a smart.
No, that is definitely smart.
Anyways, that is the June update. It's going to be pretty massive. Maybe not for everybody, but that, again, bringing third-party store content into the Xbox app is a pretty big deal. And if you like big deals, make sure to keep it subscribed here, because only BS on this channel is me.
Oh, I did not mean to press that. How do I go back?
OpenAI fights back while Xbox
Your mom fights back.
The prop.
Well, okay. Well, that was the video. Let me just go back real quick.
Xbox just shared.
No.
All right. Chris Smith had been.
Chris Smith, gosh dang it. Well, I'm very excited to see where Xbox is gonna go in the future. I know for one, their next console, it needs to have a disc drive. I know a lot of people like to still collect. I know it's a dying thing and it's bound to die off, but I think keeping a disc drive is still a smart thing to do, especially since there's a lot of areas also that don't have good Wi-Fi. But overall, with the whole Xbox thing, I think Xbox is going in the right direction, and yeah, like I said, I'm excited to see where they go. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope to see you guys tomorrow. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe this video. Brad Sams, good on you, dude. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.